Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about solving two-step equations or solving multi-step equations. This means that we're going to have to do more than one operation in order to solve. And we're going to be using those inverse operations, addition and subtraction, multiplication, and division. So I've got some steps here that we're going to use. So it says draw a line through the equal sign. So I'm going to draw a line through my equal sign, just like we've been doing. Then it says combine like terms on either side of the equal sign if necessary. So if I look at the left side, 5x minus 2, and I look at the right-hand side, 13, there is nothing to combine. Step 3 says to highlight or circle the variable. Again, this is the one step where I'm like, if you do it, great. If you don't do it, that's fine too. So if I highlight this variable really quick, I know that I'm solving for x here. It says to add or subtract the constant to get the variable term by itself. So when you are solving a multi-step equation or a two-step equation like this one is, you want to get the variable expression by itself first. So I'm going to add 2 to both sides first. And I'm going to get 5x is equal to 15. Then it says to multiply or divide the value with the variable to get the variable by itself. So I'm going to divide in this situation by 5. And I'm going to get x equals 3. And then I'm just going to check my solution and make sure that it works. So 5 times 3 minus 2 is equal to 13. 15 minus 2 is equal to 13. 13 is indeed equal to 13. In part B, it says 4 equals n over 2 plus 11. So I'm going to draw a line down my equal sign. There are no like terms to combine, so I am going to undo my addition or subtraction first. So I'm going to undo plus 11 by subtracting 11 from both sides. So I get negative 7 is equal to n over 2. And then this is division, so I'm going to undo it with multiplication. I'm going to multiply by 2 on both sides, so negative 14 is equal to n. So 4 equals negative 14 over 2 plus 11. So 4 equals negative 7 plus 11. 4, in fact, equals 4. Okay, in part C, 4 minus 3x equals 16. I'm going to draw a line through my equal sign. I'm going to get rid of the constant first, so minus 4 on both sides first, so negative 3x equals 12, and this is really important that you bring this minus sign down as the negative. Okay, so don't lose your negatives. Then I'm going to divide by negative 3 on both sides, so x equals negative 4. And I'm going to check my solution. 4 minus 3 times negative 4 equals 16. A negative times a negative is going to be a positive, so 4 plus 12 equals 16. And 16 equals 16, so I know it works. Part D, I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides first, so negative 1/3 x equals negative 5. And then I'm going to multiply by negative 3 to take care of the negative and the fraction at the same time. So x equals 15. And to do my check, negative 1/3 times 15 plus 8 equals 3. Negative 1/3 times 15 is going to be negative 5 plus 8 equals 3. So 3 equals 3. So if I cross cancel, negative 1 times 5 is negative 5. So this is solving a two-step equation. In example 2, we're going to add that combining like terms piece. So now after I draw my line through my equal sign, on the left-hand side here, I've got some like terms that need to be combined. I have a 1m and a minus 5m that need to be combined together. So this is going to be negative 4m plus 3 equals 47. Now I can do my two steps. So I can get rid of my constant, so minus 3. So negative 4m equals 44. And then I can divide by 4, negative 4. So m equals negative 11. Now when you do your check, you can plug your check into your original equation, so the very top one, or you can do it in the one where you combine like terms. Either will work. So if I do negative 11 minus 5 times negative 11 plus 3, I should get 47. So negative 11 plus 55 plus 3 equals 47. So 44 plus 3 equals 47. And 47 equals 47. If you've combined like terms correctly, either equation should work for your check. But the most accurate equation that you should use is going to be that very original equation before you combine like terms, because if you combine like terms incorrectly, so you did something wrong, that's not going to show up until you try it in the original equation. In part B, we've got a couple sets of like terms. So I've got a 4 and a plus 6, and then I've got a negative 9d and a 3d that need to be combined together. So here's my line down my equal sign. So I've got 4 plus 6 is going to be 10, and then negative 9 plus 3 is going to be negative 6d is equal to 58. So I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides. So negative 6d is equal to 48. And then when I divide by negative 6, I get d equals negative 8. And again, as long as I've combined like terms correctly, all of my equations should work. So I could plug it into this newly combined like terms equation, or I can plug it into the original. So if I do 4 minus 9 times negative 8 plus 3 times negative 8 plus 6 equals 58. So it's going to be 4 plus 72 minus 24 plus 6. So 76 minus 24 plus 6 is going to be 52 plus 6, which is 58. So 58 equals 58. And again, because I've combined like terms correctly, my solution should work in either equation. In part C, I've just got some x's that need to be combined, so negative 4x and positive 2x. So line down my equal sign, and I've got negative 2x plus 1 is equal to 25. So minus 1 is going to be negative 2x equals 24. I divide by negative 2, and x equals negative 12. So now if I check it in that newly combined like terms one, so negative 2 times negative 12 plus 1 is going to be 24 plus 1, which is 25. So I know that it works. In part D here, I'm going to combine the 9 and the negative 17, and then I'm also going to combine the negative 5 and the positive 1. So negative 5 plus 1 is going to be negative 4x, and then 9 minus 17 is going to be negative 8 is equal to 22. I'm going to add 8 to both sides. So negative 4x equals 30. I think that's right. Sorry. And I'm going to divide by negative 4. So x equals negative 7.5. And I'm going to plug into that original just to make sure that I've got things combined correctly. So 9 minus 5 times negative 7.5 plus negative 7.5 minus 17 equals 22. So this is going to be 9 plus 37.5 plus negative 7.5 minus 17 equals 22. Plus 9 is going to be 46.5 plus negative 7.5 minus 17 equals 22. It's going to be 39 minus 17 equals 22, and 39 minus 17 equals 22. So I know I've got the right answer here. It is okay for your answer to come out as a decimal, even though none of the other ones so far have. We try to keep these equations pretty nice, but they can come out as a decimal. So that is going to be our solving two-step or multi-step multi-step if you have to combine like terms, and then two-step to actually solve the equation. So you're going to undo that constant first to get the variable expression by itself, and then you're going to multiply or divide to get that variable by itself, and then making sure that you're checking your solutions. Remember that we should not be making calculation errors at this point because we are allowed to use a calculator.